All right, good day everyone. So we're hanging out here in Armitage Park doing a little service call. I did not drive my RV, I brought my Pilot. But this 2009 Magna, I just want to show you a couple things that you're going to want to inspect on these. And no matter what coach you have, is going to be up along this edge right here. This corner of your slide room. Now 2009 has no seam right here and no seam right along here. The older models will have a piece of molding here and another piece here, making for another seal void and another seal void option and another seal void option. With 9s, this is bent up. You'll want to always check the very top of this, right inside of here. As you can see, water can get in there in this one, so we'll seal that. You'll want to check all this area. Down at the very bottom corners, where you see a piece like this, you're going to want to make sure that's secured on there. But the main thing that we have today, if you can see in here, this is that fascia that runs the length of the coach. It's fake. You see, as I lift this up, you see that void. You'll notice that this does not line up anymore. That's your first telltale sign. You'll want to watch for cracks on this radius, at the rearward radius, and then in the middle too. But we'll give you some time lapse, show you the repair of this. All right, we're on the roof. We peeled all that sealant off of there. As you can see, the screw is actually backed out. So we're gonna I like to add another fastener right here. That way I can get more pressure on this outboard edge. As you can see where it's gapping as I move it. And then that'll secure that all the way down. Tool of choice. Gonna be a snap-on. Of course you can get this in other varieties, but it's just a non-flexing putty knife, as you may be able to see there, with a good sharpened edge. I throw some heat with a torch on here, and then that'll cut through that sealant much better. We'll do that around here. So I'm just doing a peel and seal is what I call that, so that way I can get back around here. I'm gonna actually unsecure this and be able to get in behind here well and get those cleaned up and sealed all the way down this roof. Now this has had a peel and seal done around the skylight and a few other extremities, but I'll show you what I'm using for sealing. I'm going to go pick that up here in a little bit. And then we've got a couple other holes. This one here is from the factory. That was an R clamp that held that. And then someone had put another one in here, so we're going to seal those up. Somebody had done some very ugly stuff around here, so I think I'm just going to peel and reseal all that too. So, all right, there's the midway, cruising through this task of the day. All right, so I went around, got this all prepped here. This one's still secure, but I prepped around the back of it. Took this one off. I'll still prep around the back of that a little more. Got that one prepped. Up here at the very forward end, got this taped so it doesn't fall off the roof. Got that prepped. Now, these self-tappers, they go into here. They're gonna get replaced with some screws. But the reason why I grabbed this for is I wanted to cover a couple more things. This silicone, no good. These wires going through here, if this awning ever has to come off right here, it has to come inboard. So there's no way to get the awning off without taking this loose, or at least sliding the awning in the brackets towards the rear after you take this fake piece off right here. These should be covered in foil tape here and here. We pointed that out. But then when I was up here cleaning all this stuff, I found I don't like the way those look. So I'm gonna have to do something there. I personally don't like clamping the wires to the roof. I would much rather just glue the wires to the roof. Then I found also there was a screw that no one had ever installed here. These, as I showed you in the very beginning, were backing out. This one was missing. And then I had found another spot I didn't like also, where there was something up here. So that kind of covers those few things. We're gonna fill that hole, seal around all this, get all this dialed in. But I kind of wanted to interrupt there in the middle because as I was cleaning things up, I found these R-clamps and then this plate here with this silicone. So I'll cover that with my self-leveling sealant that I'll show you here in a minute. Oh, the other thing was these screws. You need to make sure those stay tight also, so this case lid doesn't flop open on you. You'll have those here and here. I noticed the rearward end back there is loose. These are very suspect to filling with water, so you always need to seal around this edge here like this one is. You'll need to make sure that this loom is all the way up here, or it will start to sunburn the motion cables coming through here, as you can see, and here they'll start to degrade, make your wind sensors not work. I've tested this coach, all the wind sensors do work. This got quite enough sealant on here. See, I just peeled that back. So the guy had overlaid that and not gotten enough. It's turned all chalky. So now I'm actually gonna have to even peel and seal around the edges of these, because as you can see there, he didn't get enough on it. I like to lay it a little heavier than that, but we'll get this roof all cleaned up, sealed up, dialed in. But there's another couple minutes worth of knowledgeable and input to inspect while you're up here, taking your time, keeping your eyes wide open. All right, sun has come out. Here we are about, let's say 3 hours later. Sealed up all that with some Dicor. That's what I decided I was gonna use today, with some good old traditional Dicor. Now our clamps, I like to just completely coat them. In this case, we're on the roof. We can't see it. So there's never really a case of too much, I wanna say. So I've come around, resealed the base and the satellite around here. Now I've got it all flowed out. There's gonna be a self-leveling. Sealed those, found that hole there, sealed that other hole there. Come along, done all the feet along here, did the edges of that. Oh, I still gotta do that awning control box. So I'll wrap that up here in a minute. And then these were a self-tapping screw. They were pulled out, so these bottoms were loose. So I've used a screw with a nut on the back of it to secure those. So now all this fake flange is all good and tight along here. Another thing to check too when you're doing your seal voids is this belt molding. It goes all the way around the whole side here. I've checked this side, and as you can see, there's actually a crack right here. So I'll come back with some 3M DuraShield Visibra and put it over the top of this to seal this up, and then just do a new seam of silicone right there. So it looks like I'll have to come back with some of that to do that. It looks like the sealant on the belt molding is good, so we're all right there. So we'll come over here. Another thing to check too is your vent for your dryer. This would be the dryer vent that I'm referring to right here. You'll want to make sure the outside edges of that and the very inside center is sealed. So that's one key thing there. Talked about these moldings here on the side. Those are the rivets that I talked about. If they start to pop off, need to go on there. That would be it. This belt molding across here, all that good stuff. So we about got this wrapped up. So that's kind of the roof inspections, so on and so forth you need to do. I know that I'm glad I'm about done on this roof because it's starting to warm up. But hey everyone,
thanks for taking that time to subscribe. If you haven't, please do. I'm gonna keep saying that. I need to keep shooting up there on that subscriptions count. I always like to see that. And everyone, hit those likes, throw some comments down below. Like I said, that was a die-core self-leveling, so that's what we're using right there. And that's sums it all up. Regular silicone on the sides, like a 732. Dow product is what I like to use there. But everyone, till next time, have a great day.